Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in today's Fighter in Focus video, we're going to look at the Lord Imperatant for Warhammer Age of Sigmar and Warcry. So here we go, here's our Lord Imperatant, and this is taken from the Dominion box set. Great looking miniature, and he comes with his Griffon sidekick. As you'll see when we go through the Warhammer Age of Sigmar WarScroll later on, these two will work as a pair, and we'll go through all the stats and abilities so you can see how you can use them in your Age of Sigmar game. And I've also put together some fighter cards and abilities for Warcry, all taken from the Sentinels of Order, with some ideas about how you can use them in your Warcry game too. And here he is, all assembled, really easy to build. These are all push fit from the Dominion box set, so it didn't take long at all to put all these together, and they go together really nicely. You can see the Griffhound here as well, so two really awesome miniatures, really quick to build. And here they are side by side, ready for battle. And so in Age of Sigmar, you're going to play both of these as if they're one model, so they come together as a pair. To give you an idea of size, here I've just put the ruler next to the models, and so the top of the Lord Imperatant is 60mm, and then the width of the two models put together is going to be around 70mm. And here they are lined up with all the other Stormcast Eternals taken from the Dominion box set, so this should give you a really good idea of how they compare to all of those. And all of these models come in the Dominion box set, and I'll put a link in the description below where you can pick those up and save yourself 20% on the RRP. Now we've seen the model up close, let's take a look at a little bit of the background and lore behind the Lord Imperatant and see how he fits in to the world of Age of Sigmar. The strategists and warlords of Sigmar's hosts, Lord Imperatants are amongst the most powerful of Azir's champions. Each is a master of the battlefield whose skill has been honed over decades, and through canny leadership they can turn the tide of war. The Lord Imperatants are Sigmar's trusted war leaders, second only to the Lord Commanders who are entrusted with the rulership of entire storm hosts. To them falls the duty of orchestrating campaigns, sometimes with but a single chamber at their command, other times sending thousands of their brethren into the fray. Though Lord Imperatants are trained to serve as strategic leaders on a large scale, they are not always accompanied by hundreds of warriors. They may also be found leading hand-picked forces of elites to scout out an area or to rally the battered and flagging garrison of a region that must not fall. When they speak, it is with a voice of rolling thunder, their every command booming across the battlefield and infusing their warriors with peerless determination. Their Stormcaller baton is both a symbol of the Lord Imperatant's authority and a conduit of heavenly power, allowing them to better direct the arrival of their warriors or blind and bloody the foe by discharging bolts of caged lightning. Lord Imperatants are commonly accompanied by a fierce breed of Griffhound, originally native to the Stellarium Mountains of Azir. Though slighter than their brethren, these Griffhounds are cunning hunters that know when to pounce with terminal force, and their piercing cries have heralded many a battle-winning charge for the Stormcasts. There we go, so there's just a little bit of background for the Lord Imperatant and the Griffhound. So now let's take a look at the Age of Sigmar WarScroll so we can see how to use them in our game. And you'll see here we've got the model characteristics, and this one's got a move of 5 inches. It's a 3+ to save, bravery is a 9, and can take 7 wounds. The description tells us that a Lord Imperatant is armed with a blessed warhammer and a Stormcaller baton, and then we've got a little description here for the companion. A Lord Imperatant is accompanied by a Griffhound that attacks with its vicious beak and claws. The Griffhound must remain within 1 inch of the Lord Imperatant. For rules purposes, the Lord Imperatant and Griffhound are treated as a single model. Now let's look at the weapon characteristics, and first of all we've got a missile weapon, and that's with the Stormcaller baton, and this has got a huge range of 18 inches. The attacks are D6, it's a 3+ to hit, a 3+ to wound, rend is -1 and damage is 1. And then for our melee weapons we've got 2 choices. We've got the Blessed Warhammer with a range of 1 inch, 4 attacks, 3+ to hit, 3+ to wound, the rend is -1 and damage is 2. And then we've also got an option of using our Griffhound with the vicious beak and claws with a range of 1 inch, 4 attacks, 3+ to hit, 4+ to wound, nothing for the rend, and damage is 1. Now let's look at the abilities. We've got 2 altogether, starting with the first one, Distinguished Leader. Lord Imperatants are trained to be true masters of the battlefront and can direct many echelons of their warriors as if they were but a single entity. Once per turn, this unit can issue a command without a command point being spent. And the second ability is called Guided by Lightning. With the aid of their enchanted Stormcaller baton, a Lord Imperatant can direct the arrival of their Thunderstrike brethren with the utmost precision. Once per turn, at the end of your movement phase, if any friendly units with this ability are on the battlefield, you can say that they will guide the arrival of Sigmar's warriors. If you do so, pick one friendly Stormcast Eternals Thunderstrike unit with a wounds characteristic of 3 or less that is in reserve. When you use the Scions of the Storm Allegiance ability to set up that unit on the battlefield in that phase, you can set it up more than 7 inches from all enemy units instead of more than 9 inches. And the final thing to look at on the War Scroll are the keywords, and these are Order, Stormcast Eternals, Thunderstrike, Hero and Lord Imperatant. Now we've gone through all the stats taken from the Warhammer Age of Sigmar War Scroll, let's have a look at how we can use the Lord Imperatant and Griffon in Warcry. And I put together some Warcry fighter cards and taken the abilities from the Warcry supplement book, The Sentinels of Order. And so you'll be able to find all those in there, and I chose to go for the Warrior Chamber for the Lord Imperatant and the Griffon. So all the abilities are taken from there. But if we use him as our leader or as a hero, he's going to come in at 240 points. He's got the leader rune mark and one other rune mark for an ability that will be unique to him. And he's got a movement of 4, toughness 5, can take 35 wounds. For his weapon, it's a range of 1. He can make 5 attacks, strength 4, and deals 2 to 5 damage. And that's 2 on a regular hit and 5 on a crit. So he's going to be able to use 2 abilities from the Warrior Chamber, and the first one is a double called Warcloak Storm Magic. And with this, pick a visible enemy fighter within 6 inches of this fighter and roll 2 dice. For each 4 to 5, allocate 1 damage point to that fighter. For each 6, allocate a number of damage points to that fighter equal to the value of this ability. So this double ability gives us a little way to inflict a little bit extra damage there, but if you get those 6s in your roll, then you can certainly do some serious damage as long as the value of the ability is high. So there we go, that's our first ability, but we've also got another one, and this is a double called Staunch Defender, and this is for any of the Stormcast Eternals who've got the leader rune mark and the Warrior Chamber rune mark. So this kind of should give you an idea of how the Warrior Chamber actually play. So until the end of the battle round, add 1 to the toughness characteristic of friendly fighters while they are within 6 inches of this fighter. So for me, the Stormcast Eternal are all pretty tough. I mean, every one of these, bar the Griffhounds, are going to have a high toughness. So being able to add to that really increases that toughness. And so if you're going up against a strong or tough enemy, then you're really going to be able to hold your own against them for sure and withstand a great number of attacks. But having this is handy for this particular leader because we can use it on our Griffhound and increase the toughness there to give them a little bit more longevity too. So let's have a look at the Griffhound next, and we'll see how we can use that in Warcry as well. So here's our Griffhound that comes in the Dominion box set, but I have used the stats from the Griffhound card that's already in the Warrior Chamber. So here we go. This guy's going to come in at 150 points. Got a rune mark there, so he's going to get an ability, and he's got a good movement of 6, toughness 4, can take 20 wounds. With the weapon, those claws and the beak is going to be a range of 1, making 4 attacks, strength 4, dealing 2 to 4 on a crit. So for a 150 point fighter, this is pretty good. You're getting quite a lot here. You know, he can deal some decent attacks and damage, can also take it, and it's got a great movement as well. But let's have a look at the abilities that it can use, and this will make him even more valuable. So let's go with the first one, which is a double, and any fighter in the Warrior Chamber with that rune mark can use this ability, including the Lord Imperatant that we saw earlier, so he can use it too. So this is a double called Furious Avengers. A fighter can use this ability only if there is another friendly fighter within 6 inches of this fighter with 1 or more damage points allocated to them. This fighter makes a bonus move action. I can really imagine using this a lot. Getting that extra bonus move action is brilliant, and for a double I think this is a great ability, and they only have to have 1 or more damage points allocated to them, or the fighter within 6 inches of them needs to have that. So pretty good ability to get started with. But our Griffhound also has this triple called Darting Attack. This fighter makes a bonus attack action, then they can make a bonus disengage action. So another great ability for this fighter here. This is a brilliant for a triple. You get that bonus attack action, and you can get a bonus disengage to get away out of range a little bit of the fight, and even you may have some kind of actions left in your activation to make another move and completely get out of there. And with that 6 movement, you could imagine this really getting stuck in and then escaping, ready for the next round. So a serious contender for your warband, I think, the Griffhound. For 150 points, you do get a lot here. And don't forget that the Furious Avengers double can also be used by the Lord Imperatant and other members of the warband. And so there we go, that's our Lord Imperatant now. We've gone through how to use him in Warcry and also in Age of Sigmar. So now hopefully that'll give you a better idea how he can work in your game. But if you haven't got this miniature yet, or you like the look of the models that come in the Dominion box set, then I'll put a link in the description below, and that'll be to Element Games and also to Wayland Games. And there'll be affiliate links, but they don't cost you anything extra. In fact, you can save up to 20% there on the RRP, and for every sale made through a link, I get a small commission, so you're also helping to support the channel, and I really appreciate that. So thanks so much. I've done videos like this for all the heroes and leaders that come in that Dominion box set. So if you want to check those out, you can see Indrasta, the Knight Vexilor, all the other Stormcast heroes and leaders, and also the Cruel Boys too. And I've also put a link in the description where you can download all their cards for free for Warcry. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope this gave you a good idea how you can use the Lord Imperatant in your Warcry and Age of Sigmar games. But I'd love to know what you think about this guy. Is this something you would include in your army or warband? And would you choose him as your leader for Warcry, or maybe just a hero figure? So let me know in the comments section below. I'd love to hear what you think. But thanks so much for watching. Please like if you like it, subscribe for more videos like this, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to join me next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. If you like this kind of content and would like to support the channel, then please check out my Patreon page, and thanks to everyone who's joined so far. It's really awesome. We hang out on Discord, talk about the hobby, share ideas and help each other out, and you'll get some perks there that you're not going to find anywhere else. So I'll put a link in the description, and it'd be great to see you there.